So, the ongoing Labour Files documentary series by Al Jazeera. There's been so much scoffing and sneering. Implications of untrustworthiness, which is a bit rich since we live in the UK, with some of the worst, most biased news outlets going and where client journalism seems to be the norm. An actual journalistic investigation, the likes of which Al Jazeera have carried out here, is a real rarity these days. When was the last time you saw any of our news outlets doing such a thing? BBC's Panorama, for example, might once have been such a place, but when they now form part of the investigation by Al Jazeera, it speaks volumes to people who have been paying attention. But that's the trick, isn't it? Not one national newspaper has covered any of these Labour Party allegations. So you see this circling of wagons to shut a conversation down rather than open it up. It was 24/7 when Corbyn led Labour. It's all changed now because where one threatened the establishment, his successor very much is the establishment. So which media is the least trustworthy on this subject matter, really? There is so much in these programmes to discuss. It's mind-boggling. It's going to keep me in content for a wee while yet, but I wanted to get this concept of Al Jazeera's reputation tackled first. Al Jazeera is a global news organisation, hence them covering a news story here, and they're based out of Qatar, but also have headquarters in London and New York. So if you thought they're just a bit of a Middle Eastern niche news network, think on. It is Qatari state media, so should you expect it to be biased towards Qatari interests? Sure, and it absolutely is. But why would that necessarily make it biased one way or another regarding our Labour Party? In fact, if you go onto Google or whatever and do a search on Al Jazeera bias, most of the sites that check such things actually regard it as left-leaning. And indeed, if you examine much of its coverage, it doesn't tend to favour conservative thinking, particularly when it comes to US and European news coverage. If anything, you'd expect them to be broadly Labour supporting if they were truly something different from the Tories. But of course, they aren't anymore. Yet if you're still struggling to answer why we should trust a foreign news outlet over our own, then simply ask yourself this. Why is that foreign news outlet asking pertinent questions relating to the conduct of the Labour Party, its structures and officials, its members and their associations, yet none of our own media are asking those questions as well? Surely if wrongdoing has been done or there are allegations of it, they should all be making inquiries about that. That is what journalism is all about, isn't it? So why isn't that the case?